Hello everyone, welcome back. For today I'm going to make my special ribs. I cook them, it's a two-stepper, so I first bake them in the oven with a dry rub, and then thereafter I'm going to finish them off on the grill with my favorite barbecue sauce. So as you see here, we got some baby back ribs ready to go. I want to explain to you the dry rub that I have prepped for you. There's a carousel of flavor here for you. We've got some dried mustard, cracked pepper, garlic powder, brown sugar. We got some salt in the middle, and actually lastly here we've actually got some ground coffee. That's correct. It's ground coffee that goes along with everything else, and that's the paprika. I think I mentioned that too. So with the meat, there's just a little prepping to do. You just cut off some of the fatty parts that you don't like. There's one thing that we have to do is take out this kind of chewy membrane from the back of the rib. So what you do is get your knife underneath it. As you can see, you're gonna peel it back. Now it's a little bit slippery and gooey, so what you should use is basically a paper towel. You grab it, and it should come right off. Nice and easy. There you go. See that membrane that comes off? You want that off, and pull it right off there. Do it with this one as well. That's gone, and we're ready to go to the next step. All right, so basically let's mix all the rubs together here in a bowl. Mix it up. Let's not forget the salt. That's where all the flavor will be for the first step of the cooking process. All right, so essentially you got that mixed up nicely. You just get right into it, and you just basically rub it on like so. Rub it all the way. Okay, there you have it. And now we're ready to package for the oven on the next step. Step one of the cooking process, we've put the dry rub on the meat. Just set a tray with the aluminum foil on the bottom, and we're going to place the meat in the tray nicely, and we're going to put another piece of aluminum foil on top. All right, and we're just going to close it up nicely, nice and neat, just on each end. Tuck it all in. A neat little package, okay? It's closed, it's tight. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put it into an oven at 250 degrees for the next 2.5 hours. And as I said before, it's low and slow. So 2.5 hours, 250 degrees in the oven. We'll see you afterwards. Okay, so 2.5 hours is up. I've taken the ribs out of the oven, and let's take a look-see at what we have here. This looks exactly the way I want it. Look at that, great color, a lot of juice there. We're just gonna drain off the juices. You can tell right away just by touching it, the meat's already starting to show, it's falling off the bone there. So looking great. Now, the next step is gonna be to take this to the grill on the barbecue to finish it off, all right? Now, when it comes to barbecue sauce, you guys can do whatever you want. You make your own, you buy some. I like to just buy store-bought barbecue sauce. I like the bolder type of sauce, so nice and bold and dark. So I start with that, and then I just basically amp it up with a few extra things that I like to add to it. So I would add a little bit of ketchup to the sauce. I also like to add some mustard as well. That gives it a little bit of extra flavor and color. To give it a little kick, I also like to put a little bit of hot sauce on it as well. This is like scorching hot. It's called 6 feet under. So you don't want to have too much there or else it's really gonna burn. So I just put a little bit in there as well. And last but not least, honey gives it some sweetness, and basically when you put it on the grill, you get a little added stickiness as well. So that's the sauce that I use. Just mix it up. Next step, we're going to the grill. Okay, so the last and final step is to grill the ribs. So I've got the ribs here. What we want to do is, if you notice, I got the grill with some aluminum foil on here on the right side. That's going to be for after the grill marks. We're going to put it here instead of lambasting with the sauce on top. Okay, so first, we're going to put the ribs on the grill. Let's get some color on it. Let's get some grill marks. So we're going to give it a few minutes and watch it grill. Be back in a couple minutes. All right, so after a couple minutes, what we want to do is turn it over. Again, we're doing it to get some nice grill marks on it, get some browning. Put it here for about 3-4 minutes. We'll be back. So we have grill marks. As you can see, that's exactly what we want. All right, so now what I like to do is just put it on the aluminum foil here, and we're going to start basting it. Okay. Right here we can put on top. I've got aluminum foil there just to protect the barbecue. Now, we've got basically low heat here and high heat on the left. So it's indirect heat on here. So we don't have a hard, distinct heat underneath the meat now. It's basically indirect, and we're just gonna put the barbecue sauce on top, like so. All right. And we've got a brush here, just to brush it all in. And we're going to close the lid for just a few minutes, because then we're going to flip it and do the other side. We're almost there. All right, so after a few minutes, we're basically going to turn it over nicely. So we can now, we got another one cooking over here. We can baste the remaining side with the nice barbecue sauce that we did and prepped up. Alright, just kind of slosh it around over here. Again, it's the taste. I don't like my ribs too saucy. Some people do, some people don't. So if you like a lot of sauce, smother it on. It's all about what you like, okay? Alright, so it's on, and closing the lid for about 3 more minutes. We're almost. Okay, so another 3 or 4 minutes has passed, and these ribs are raring to go. All done. I actually put them on the platter now here. And what I'm going to do is basically cover them with aluminum foil, and they're going to rest for a good 10 to 15 minutes, and they will be just succulent. See you in a bit. Okay, so 15 minutes has passed. It's rested on that platter underneath the aluminum foil. I pulled off a piece, and I just want to show you the final product. Notice, meat falls off the bone, tender, it's got color, tastes fantastic. So, the reason why you bake it first and then put it on the grill. Baking gets the meat nicely off the bone. The grill, you get the grill marks, add some flavor, you caramelize the barbecue sauce on the meat, and this thing is spectacular. And of course, you can't have ribs with a nice cold beer. Enjoy, see you next time.